Imagine this. You're standing at the intersection of frustration and desperation, waiting for an answer. A prayer uttered late at night, tears that won't seem to dry, and silence in return. The clock ticks on mercilessly, days turn into weeks, and you start to wonder, why hasn't anything happened yet? Is God even listening? Sana was in that exact place. For months, she had prayed for a job. She sent out countless applications, customized resumes, sat through nerve-wracking interviews, only to be met with rejection after rejection. Even her savings were thinning out, and fear began whispering in her ear louder and louder each night. "I thought you promised never to leave me," she prayed one evening, her voice cracking under the weight of doubt. "Where are you, God? What's taking so long?" The thing about waiting is that it makes you feel as though you're standing still while the world rushes forward without you. Friends were landing dream jobs, starting new adventures, living what seemed to be the answers to their own prayers. Sana felt abandoned, unseen, unheard. What she didn't know was that something beautiful was already unfolding. A company she had never heard of was in the final stages of planning an expansion. A dream role, her dream role, was in the works, carefully designed by someone who had no idea she existed. But God knew. All he needed was for her heart to hold on a little longer. Weeks later, after yet another round of sending out applications, Sana received an email. "We came across your profile and believe you could be a perfect fit for a unique opportunity." She blinked at the screen in disbelief. She hadn't applied to this company. In fact, the job hadn't even been advertised. But there it was, falling into her inbox as though it had been tailor-made just for her. The interview was unlike any she'd ever experienced. Warm, encouraging, and filled with a strange sense of peace. And when the offer came through, it wasn't just a job. It came with relocation assistance to the city she always dreamed of living in, the exact salary she needed, and a team that felt more like family. She cried at her desk that day, not out of sadness, but because God's timing had been perfect all along. You see, delays aren't denials. While Sana felt forgotten in her waiting, God was already working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything with precision. The path he'd prepared wasn't just good, it was better than what she had prayed for. Sometimes the waiting feels endless, but God is not late. He is never late. He is always and only on time. So if you're waiting, keep praying, keep trusting, because when the answer comes, it will arrive right on schedule, carrying a grace and purpose beyond anything you could have planned for yourself.